I guess we ought to celebrate the fact that as splintered and polarized as this country is, we can still agree on something. I only wish that it were something better than this. An Oklahoma State Representative who is a Republican says Democratic colleagues are with him as he blows the whistle on a sweetheart deal for an attempted teenage rapist. We first reported on Jesse Mack Butler last week. He was charged back in March with brutally raping and strangling two of his so-called girlfriends in 2024. Back then, he was 17 and they were 16, and he faced 10 felony counts in all, and they're the most serious. Look at the list: 2 counts of attempted rape, 3 counts of rape by instrumentation, and yes, it is what it means, 1 count of sexual battery, 1 count of forcible oral sodomy, 2 counts of domestic assault and battery by strangulation, that, by the way, he decided to videotape, and 1 count of domestic assault. Jesse Butler was charged as an adult and pleaded not guilty, and ordinarily that would have been that. The legal process would have played out, a trial and or a deal if offered. But months later, the DA and the judge decided to do something else, to change Butler's status from adult to youthful offender, after which he pleaded no contest and was sentenced to 78 years in prison. But honestly, not even. Because as a youthful offender, Jesse Butler was instead given a rehabilitation plan consisting of daily check-ins, weekly counseling, a curfew, no social media, and 150 hours of community service. So basically, the life that most of us adults lead normally. And if Jesse Butler complies with this plan and doesn't break any more laws, he will be free and clear the moment he turns 19, which is less than a year from now. No prison, no parole, no record. No record, like none of this ever happened. And don't go searching for it, because you ain't gonna find it if you're on the dating apps or the hiring thing. If you think there ought to be a law against deals like that, or at least some hard questions asked about this, you are not alone. J.J. Humphrey is the lawmaker that I mentioned earlier, who has plenty of questions and the power to get some answers and take action. He's a state representative in Oklahoma, and he joins me now live. Sir, thank you so much for being on the program. I just want to ask you off the bat what you make of this deal that was given to Jesse Butler.
Well, if this don't set you on fire, I guarantee your wood's wet, because it makes you upset. Anybody that listens to this is going to be absolutely upset. And you start into how did this happen? How do we stop this? But here's the problem. The laws are there. What do you do when the courts don't follow the rules that's already set? Because they're the ones who set this. They filed charges on him. They set him as an adult. That didn't just happen. They had to have a hearing to adjudicate him to an adult. So how in the world did this judge come back and rule that, no, we're going to place him under a Youthful Offender Act and make it to where this sexual predator, this person convicted of all these sexual crimes, no longer has to do any of the things that require time, that require check-in and to register as a sex offender, turn him back out on the street without any kind of oversight over him. That's, again, if that don't fire you up, there's something wrong.
Well, it's fired us up. We're now, I think, on our second or third night of coverage on this story. We want to see if there's going to be a change, some resolution, some recourse for these moms and their daughters who have suffered through this. But I keep coming back to how it happened. Sir, do you think that the courts are corrupt? Is that how you think that this deal was maneuvered?
Oh, absolutely. We're working on grand juries right there. I think this is just the tip of the iceberg. I think we're going to see more cases like this. I think we're going to see, I'm working on a case that may be as shocking as this. We're trying to get the Payne County grand jury because of this kind of action. And so, yes, I mean, absolutely, there's a lot of problems. We're meeting with, you know, great resistance from their court and from our Oklahoma government. I mean, we're meeting with great resistance on trying to get that grand jury and hold these people accountable. So again, until they're held accountable, the laws are there, but what do you do when they don't follow their own rules, when they don't follow justice? They took an oath to justice. Does this sound like justice? And again, here's what I'm saying. Shouldn't we investigate? Should we not investigate? Was there political favor done here? Was this done as a result because of positions the father has or because people knew each other? I would think that it would warrant investigation. And again, it's all allegations. We don't know what happened until we go in and investigate it. But golly, I'm mad as all get out, and we're trying to have other things there in that same county investigated. I mean, very, very corrupt things going on in this county and really across the state. There's all kinds of things. And guess what? We're having to fight our own Oklahoma government. This is red Oklahoma, and yet we're having to fight them, and we're having to fight the court system just to try to get things like rape and these type of cases investigated.
Well, I love the fact that you and Democrats, you said it's red Oklahoma, but Republicans and Democrats come together on this issue. I'm just hoping that you can actually force the hand and get this investigation kicked in, maybe a grand jury to look into it deeper. But short of that, sir, do you see any kind of federal path for these families with the facts and the affidavits that you've read? Have you seen anything that might actually give them some sort of standing in the federal courts?
I think that you could to pass possibly to go to federal court. One, if we can get a grand jury and we can establish enough that there's no way that we get a fair hearing in Oklahoma, we could establish a federal grand jury and we could include this case. Now, I don't think you're going to get a reversal on the case, but you could look into, did the judges act right? Was there favoritism? Those kind of things. And again, if the family could prove favoritism or corruption in the court, that would be a cause to get that maybe into federal court. There's two vehicles possibly to get that done. It's going to be extremely hard. Once you get a ruling, very hard to get the court to change that ruling. And again, what you're going to see is this case put off, and they're going to try to outweight you and everybody forget and move on and go to some other newsworthy story. And again, we have case after case in just this county alone of these kind of incidents, not only rape, but arresting people who were turning in sexual abuse or abuse on their children, and they arrested them and put them in jail. So again, it's not just covering up rape, but it is going after people who come in and report these kind of abuses. So it's out of control. This is a big, big deal, and this is a big, big story. And if you look at what's going on and you put this rape case up beside grandmas and dads getting arrested for turning in abuse, that's when the community really is outraged. You want to get outrageous, start looking into everything and put it all in perspective, and you will get fired up. There is a lot of corruption going on in this community.
Well, I'll tell you what, State Representative J.J. Humphrey, we will continue to follow the story. We'll invite you back as we see hopefully some progress or some change or some resolution. Thank you for doing this tonight. Really appreciate it.
Absolutely. Thank y'all for running the story. Y'all have a blessed day.
You bet. We'll see you again soon. I do hope so.